Hi Libras, how are you? All right, Libras, let's get started. What are the messages for Libras in life and love? Libras. What are the messages and energies for Libras? That really wants to come out. Messages and energies for Libras. It's really saying one more. Okay. This is the Anna K Tarot deck. I love to see the central energy of the Chariot. At the bottom of the deck, 3 of Cups, socializing, good times, times of merriment, slow action towards what's next, whatever that is for you, whatever that thing is for you, Libras. Slow action, well calculated, grounded action. And it's interesting because this is slow action, this is swift moving action. So as you move away from whatever this broken heart, third party situation is for you, whatever this is, doesn't have to be love relationship, but whatever this splitting is, you're moving forward through putting your boundaries up. All right, so you're making a decision to put boundaries up on some level. Now, Libras, this is, excuse me, interesting for you because you are so social. And we know we can talk about how you're balanced and you weigh out pros and cons all the time. You know, there'll probably be some of that in here. But despite that, all right, you're not feeling stuck. You're just slowing down and making very cognizant, well thought out actions. All the while, though, being very light and airy and social, welcoming. And when I said, well, there'll be some of that talking about your, balancing out and thinking things through, there are moments this month, probably pertaining to this, moving past this, okay, deciding where your boundaries are going to be. And this isn't a major shift. Keep that in mind. We have the Death card reversed. So this isn't something that's so major and life-altering, not by any means. But there is here an essence of, because you're slowing down in your decision-making before moving forward, right? You are stopping yourself because you're thinking through things. Maybe too much, but you're stopping yourself from making rash decisions. Slowing down the action. This is swift decision, swift action. This is slow decision, slow action. So there is a balancing effect taking place, and it's because something has happened and it's kind of gotten your wheels spinning, but you're empowering yourself by not jumping to conclusions, not jumping into the fire, all right? With this being reversed, it's beautiful, but with this Ace of Wands being reversed, you could just be a little cautious, Libras, because you could be stopping yourself from something that actually could be very beneficial in terms of lighting your fires of passion. And it doesn't have to be talking about love. It could be, but it doesn't have to be. So this is not some sort of brand new, all energy in, this can be a phallic symbol, but this has to do with new beginnings and new passions. But it's like you're stopping yourself. You're stopping yourself because you don't want this to happen again. And you're also being cautious. You're not throwing caution to the wind. You're being very cautious because it just might not be the right time. let me look at this. It might just not be the right time. Things have to adjust and shift in your favor before you can do this. So part of this swift decision is to hold back. You're seeking fairness and balance first. You're forcing this fairness and this balance. Now, on another way of looking at this, you could be dealing with a Cancer. This card is the card of Cancer. And they could be wanting to move forward very quickly, and you're holding yourself back right now. And this has to do with the fact that there is still some confusion and uncertainty about it. You're open, you're willing to talk about it, you're willing to explore it, definitely. At least explore the idea of it. But something is off in terms of the balance, the balancing of the equality, balancing of the money, balancing of the fairness. They could be rushing in and you're saying, wait, stop, we have to fix this first. Wait, stop, I'm not ready. Let's talk about this. How can we resolve this? What actions do we need to take? All right? You're thinking things through. Definitely open, but recognizing something needs to shift first. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about this Ten of Swords. It is reversed, so hallelujah. So despite the fact that there's confusion, you are definitely moving past something that definitely had you stuck and hurt and down in the dumps and frustrated. But I think part of this moving forward slowly and cautiously, internally, has to do with the fact that you're kind of analyzing how this really impacted you. Okay, it may have felt there, if you're dealing with a Cancer, they're definitely wanting to quickly rectify this and move past any hurt feelings, move past any place of feeling unfair. But you are too, but you're not wanting to just take action. You're wanting to talk about it first. Again, you're an air sign, so words are important. Talking things through is important. They may just be wanting to rush in and you're just saying, I can't. Like, I can't right now. We have to fix this. We have to build this clarity. All right. So you're uncertain about where you're really set in how you feel. And this High Priestess reverse. I'm going to clarify that. I do most of my clarifiers in the extended, but I'm going to clarify the High Priestess because this has to do with the High Priestess. When she's upright, there's this wisdom, right? There's proof here when she's upright. She's able to prove these things to herself. You see how she's grounded, she's sitting against the tree. She knows, but you don't know. You don't know 100%. The certainty isn't there. Moving past it, willing to work through it, but the certainty of the process and who's going to do what and when is not settled yet in your mind. And these two are actually, she's looking away and he's moving away. So if you are dealing with the Cancer, there are some things you have to talk about with them. Let's clarify this High Priestess. Spirit and Universe, please clarify the High Priestess for Libras. There's I don't want to say a lack, but there's a change in the connection. You're not on the same page right now. So I'm not saying you're only dealing with a Cancer. I mean, you could be dealing with anybody, but if you're dealing with someone that wants to, I feel like they're kind of trying to force you to make some sort of decision. You're open to it, but it's going to be well thought out first. That was the Ace of Swords. It was reversed. So there is uncertainty. There is a little confusion. You're not feeling completely on the same page yet. This is you internally trying to figure this out. It's throwing you for a loop. Definitely, Libras. It's definitely throwing you for a loop. Let's clarify this High Priestess again. Please clarify this High Priestess. Because the Two of Cups, if you're subscribed to the whole soulmate thing, you know, this could also be business partnerships, but this is feeling on the same page. Both of these parties are offering their cups, their emotions to each other. So there's a connectedness, but clearly you can see there is a disconnect here. Please clarify the High Priestess for Libras. Please clarify the High Priestess for Libras. Yep. Yep. You are wanting to talk about it, but you're not wanting to act on it yet. Lots of discussion. And this discussion, I think, definitely has to do with the discussion, a decision and emotional fulfillment. You don't want either of you to feel left out in the cold. So again, you're being very fair and balanced in your analysis of this, but you just need more time. There's kind of this sense of urgency, I think, that this Chariot is placing on the situation, whether that be from you or for them, or the timing wise. There's this sense of urgency, and you're sitting here saying, no, wait, I'm still sorting things out. And the more pressure that's put on it, we can talk about it, but the more pressure that's put on it, the more paralyzed I'm going to feel in my own thoughts. So slow communication. How are we going to act on this? How are we going to do this? So you need this kind of labyrinth of actions in order to come together with them. You need that more organized in your mind first and settled in your solar plexus. Definitely a decision is going to be made, though. But just not yet. Let's clarify this Ten of Swords for those of you who are curious. Actually, let's clarify this Three of Swords for those of you who are curious. And then we'll get into then we'll pull some outcome and we'll get into the extendeds. Please clarify this Three of Swords and this Ten of Swords for Libras. Please clarify this Three of Swords and this Ten of Swords for Libras. One right after the other off the top of the deck. Okay. 3 cards popped out. Clarifying the Three of Swords, we have the King of Cups reversed. So this has to do with deceit and manipulation. Not necessarily coming from either of you, but I think that's why you're being so slow and cautious and just wanting to talk versus act, because I think you are really wanting to make sure that you feel stabilized and settled before making this decision. 5 of Cups and Page of Swords clarifying the Ten of Swords. Now, the thing with the Ten of Swords being reversed is this is good. You have been feeling very stuck. You're moving past that slowly, slowly, slowly. And it doesn't mean that this person, it could, but it doesn't necessarily mean that this person caused this, but I think the situation's really throwing you for a loop. So you're very cautious about where the blame is being thrown, if any, and you don't want to feel regret about this situation. You are this, like, somebody may have caused a great deal of hurt and there's awareness about it, but now there's this kind of overseeing with this Page of Swords. You're overseeing how this communication takes place, what their expectations are, how you feel. So you're kind of stepping out of the situation, still being very social and active and light, definitely, but you're not rushing into anything. You're definitely making sure things feel settled before doing anything, before moving forward. And then underneath that, at the bottom of the deck was the Hangman. So yes, pausing. Okay, let's pull some outcome cards, Libras. That was the Page of Cups that flipped out upright. So again, emotional communication. There's a lot of communication taking place this month. And now it's like, okay, we need to get settled before we move forward. So this is planning. This is thinking through things, checking off that list, making sure before any movement forward, everybody's on the same page. You are on the same page with yourself. All right, what are the outcome, advice, and guidance messages for Libras? Off the top of the deck, one more. Okay. Perfect. advice and guidance and outcome. So we have the moon here, the card of Pisces, and this does speak to secrets, but not in a malicious, dark way, which this card can often identify. This is more along the lines, just like I was talking about here with this High Priestess, of you're keeping things to yourself. You're trying to figure out, you know that there's action you need to take. You know that this just solely doesn't rely on the other person fixing this, or fixing themselves, or fixing the relationship. You know that. You know you have to take an active role in this, whatever it is, in order to get to the next level. And you're wanting to take the lead on it. That's why there's a lot of this communication. That's why you're watching. Now, the Page of Cups also turned around, so you now have all the pages. So, do you? Yes. I didn't take the Page of Cups, but anyway, there's a lot of communication because there is confusion. There is uncertainty. So you're more than willing to take the lead, and you're more than willing to move forward after discussion, after settling things, after there's a resolution in your soul of what you need to do versus and what they need to do. All right? Talking it out. Okay. All right, Libras. I love you. All right. Bye.